Sean Simon, Labour MEP for the West Midlands, cuts in roaming charges, those costs for using your mobile phone abroad in Europe. What's your reaction?
Great news for consumers. I've just spent 18 months knocking on doors in the West Midlands, and people have been saying to me, what difference does the European Union really make to our lives? Well, here's an answer. I'm just about to go on holiday. Your roaming charges that you get charged by mobile phone operators will be halved from the 1st of July, entirely due to the European Union. This is the EU cooperating together on behalf of citizens and consumers, standing up against big business, who sometimes, frankly, are taking the mick.
So this time we see a kind of marginal cuts in the costs of calling and texting, but nonetheless more cuts there. But as you say, a halving, more than halving of the cost of data roaming, so using your phone for the internet and for email. And I guess that's an area where more and more people are using their phones for the internet, for apps and so forth.
It's become part of daily life for millions of people. There's nothing fancy or clever about downloading data anymore. We all do it every day, and we've all been getting ripped off every day when we do it in Europe and indeed across the rest of the world. But in Europe, from the 1st of July, data roaming costs will be halved, and from 2016 there'll be no data roaming, in fact no roaming of any kind at all, because of the European Union acting for citizens, standing up against big business, taking the mick.
Do you think these cuts are helping to end those stories that you hear so much about of people that come back from holiday or from business trips and they've racked up these astronomically huge mobile phone bills?
People have been shamefully ripped off by vastly rich multinational companies who make billions, tens of billions of pounds a year profit from British and European consumers. It's time for that to stop. The European Parliament's in the process of putting a stop to that. It's a big step forward on the 1st of July, and an even bigger one from 2016, when the whole thing is abolished and you'll be paying the same anywhere in Europe as you do on your local street corner.
And a final question then about abolishing roaming altogether, which, as you say, is now the next objective over the next few years. How realistic is that going to be to work out the details of how that could work? Because presumably that will require lots of technical detail behind the scenes, as well as the political willpower to push it through.
The technical details are easy, they always are. All of this stuff could have been done years ago with no difficulty whatsoever. We could put a man on the moon nearly 50 years ago. We can easily harmonise the rates at which we rip off European consumers. And the political will is there. It's here in the European Parliament. The only group in the European Parliament which didn't vote for these reforms earlier this year was UKIP. And that, I'm afraid, is a message for people in the West Midlands as well. When it comes to actually getting things done in the European Parliament on behalf of West Midlands consumers, UKIP are on the beach.